Put your gun down, really?
After allegations that a Roanoke Park police officer crossed the line,
They then went through the house, guns up.
now
Bam,
new
bam.
allegations from this man. Other officers, another incident,
But it was handled with force.
and 2 investigates and covers a bizarre connection.
The question, sir, is do you believe these 2 incidents
Right.
on separate occasions
Uh-huh.
say something about a problem with force in this department?
And new questions tonight about police procedures in Roanoke Park and whether officers went overboard again.
You may have seen the video of that officer with the gun unholstered in front of a resident. Investigators are still trying to figure out if that was proper procedure. And now there's another incident exclusively uncovered by KTVU's Ross Palumbo.
Well, Frank Heather, this man also says his rights were violated. When police showed up at his home early one morning, they handcuffed him and searched his house. All of this over an allegation that he says could have easily been cleared up without any of that. And now we've uncovered that he has a connection to that first case, the very one that made worldwide news.
Go take your hand out of your pocket.
This is a case that has captured the attention of hundreds of thousands of people across the world.
Put your gun down, really?
Families should not have to live in fear that they will be hurt by law enforcement.
You don't touch me. You don't touch me.
Enough is enough.
More than enough questions.
What have I done?
And concerns.
You're trying to intimidate me.
And clicks.
Your station is corrupt.
On this cop, caught on camera, gun drawn and jaw dropped.
Why are you doing this?
Dodging questions of improper action.
Go ahead and have a nice day, put it on YouTube.
But the allegations in Roanoke Park
It has to stop.
didn't actually stop there.
Bam, bam, bam. Roanoke Park Police.
3 different police officers
It was a pounding of, you could feel the wall shake.
recently rushed up to this man's door early one morning.
Did you have any idea why they were showing up?
None.
And just coming out, he says, caused the biggest problem.
To make it easy on them, I decided to step out onto the porch, and I had my hand out. I put it out so they could see my hand, and knowing that I wasn't opening it with a weapon or anything like that. As that hand and I stepped out, they grabbed that hand and just twisted it behind my back and started cuffing me and taking me off the porch.
Neighbors started snapping photos as he was moved to the curb as police started searching his home.
They then went through the house, guns up.
Do you think they had the right to go into your house?
No, absolutely not.
And then, after absolutely finding nothing, it was over.
They violated my civil rights. Oh, I feel totally violated.
Do you feel your officers used too much force in this case?
Absolutely not.
Police say the force was justified by a single call into 911. A 911 call they refuse to release.
They were about 200 feet from that residence, and he clearly heard a woman screaming for help.
When officers arrived, the report confirms the homeowner came out of the house with his hands up over his head and confirms officers immediately put him in handcuffs using quick cuff technique.
Why does that then descend into him immediately being handcuffed and removed from the doorway?
Well, I would say that someone that says, I'm coming out, and then immediately places their hands in a position overhead is a little unusual. To me, that's an indication, possibly, that he has some involvement in something that's gone on inside that house.
Do you buy that?
I don't buy the fact that his hands were up made them more should have made a reasonable officer more concerned.
Civil rights attorney John Burris says it appears the homeowner acted reasonably before those officers handcuffed him.
It's the one lesson we give everybody. Always make sure your hands can be seen by the officer. It should not have been perceived as a threat of any kind.
It was handled with force, not with diplomacy.
He calls it aggressive force.
Go take your hand out of your pocket.
Coming just a few days after claims of improper actions here from another Roanoke Park man who thought this officer was out of line drawing his gun.
Crazy guy or something like that?
It's a separate case and a separate man who just happens to work alongside this man at this auto shop.
Do you know him?
I do. He's my coworker.
Your coworker?
We sit side by side all day long.
Is it a coincidence then?
I don't know. I don't know what made them show up.
The connection, he believes, may be this negative post he wrote on the police department's own Facebook page about that co-worker's video, saying police harass citizens and are gun happy and would be looking for revenge. He posted it back on August 4th, 7 days before police showed up at his door. The comment was somehow removed.
Do you think that's why you got this visit?
I think it's a potential. It potentially is, you know, I don't know.
I don't know what Mr. Del Secco does in terms of communication on social media.
Well, are they related? Do you think that might have something to do with this?
I think it's an odd coincidence.
Coincidence. 2 cases in less than 2 weeks.
Put your gun down, really?
2 allegations.
No more threatening of the private citizen.
2 alleged victims.
At what point does a welfare check turn into a forceful visit?
And 1 police department.
Question, sir, is do you believe these 2 incidents,
right,
on separate occasions, say something about a problem with force in this department?
I would say no. I would say absolutely not.
Well, again, tonight, police say there is no connection, only coincidence. And they say that Facebook post was deleted just because of bad language. They also say they don't have to let anyone hear that 911 tape that started all of this. But our attorneys disagree. We're trying to get a hold of that 911 tape because we believe the public should hear this, hear exactly why the officers went to this man's home, handcuffed him, and searched his home.
Well, let's talk about that search warrant. We all know that police just can't go into anyone's home.
Well, in this case, police actually said in the police report that this man's young daughter gave them permission. The man disputes that. They also say that if they believe someone is in danger, they do have the right to go in anywhere at any time.
Going back to that 911 tape, did the police chief explain at all why they don't want to release it? He said they don't have to release it, but did he say at all why they don't want to release it?
They said they didn't want to release it because they didn't want to give out the identity of the caller, but that would usually be redacted anyway and unavailable to us, and we gave them assurances that we would not identify the caller. Still, though, they said they wouldn't give it to us.
Or you think they could just give you a transcript at the very least. Okay, Ross, very interesting story. Thank you.